to all of our friends at home tuning into the UFC 250 Nunes versus Spencer weigh-ins. We've got Jose Youngs in Las Vegas. We've got Alex Cayley in Toronto, Ontario,
Hello.
Canada. And you've got me calling in, Esterlin, calling in from Los Angeles,
And me.
Inglewood, California.
And the truck.
Oh, yeah, and Casey. And the truck.
Oh, we're here with the truck. Casey's here. Okay.
So, thank you for joining us. We're about to get underway soon.
Yes, I see. Bob Bennett. Ooh, there's an echo.
I am getting
That's
echo.
my fault.
Yeah.
That's my fault.
There are multiple Jose's here.
This is the weigh-ins for our first pay-per-view at the UFC Apex. So we had that fight night last week. It's gonna be interesting to see if there's any different reaction from fans. Because they seem to think the fight night form, it being a fight night suited the Contender Series thing. Now it's kind of interesting. Now this is supposed to be a pay-per-view, which I guess normally would have been done, at a much larger venue. But now it's an intimate pay-per-view, UFC 250.
Mm-hmm.
Someone asked, "Hey Esther, have you been taking photos of your TV during the events?"
Yeah, actually, sometimes. Mostly just the things that amuse me. I've been screenshotting or taking photos of. I do. Oh, we're starting. Okay, I do desperately miss taking photos.
All right, first fighter to the scale in the UFC's bantamweight division, Sugar Sean O'Malley.
All right, we got Sean O'Malley first. And his rainbow fro is already braided.
136.
136.
All right, we looks like we would not get one clear shot of anyone posting today. But welcome to the new pandemic era of UFC weigh-ins.
It's all right.
Yeah, I still have assigned seating, so I'm in the exact same thing last time.
Scale in the UFC flyweight division, Alex Perez.
Hugo, I will answer your question after the next weigh-in. As we wait for Alex Perez.
126.
Whoa, goodness.
We're hearing some weird sounds.
All right, next fighter up, Cody Stamen.
Oh, we're getting an echo from the audio, from the box.
I'll fix it. I will fix it.
Cody Stamen coming up. He's taking this fight at featherweight. For anyone who's used to his bantamweight exploits, he'll be trying to make 145 here. So people don't be alarmed if he comes in around 145, please.
Oh, looks like Chris Cyborg has joined our stream. Good morning, Chris Cyborg.
145 and a half.
All right, 145 and a half. So a bunch of these bantamweights are coming in at featherweight because of the short notice, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
What is Sean O'Malley weighing at?
136.
Thank you. And everything, we have all the weights updated now.
All right, next fighter up, bantamweight Eddie Wyman.
Bom dia.
Hey Jose, we don't actually. If you can just repeat what they're saying, we don't actually need the mic feed there.
Okay.
It's just really loud and echoey. That's just... Oh, is he frozen? Oh no.
136.
136 for Eddie Wyman. 136.
136, and he adjusted the mustache on his mask.
That's a professional.
Twirled it as if he could.
We got one fight official already. Sean O'Malley and Eddie Wineland.
Nice.
Next up, also in the bantamweight division, Corey Sandhagen.
Ooh. So excited for this fight.
This fight's sick.
Good one.
These two gentlemen could easily be fighting for the title,
Correct.
but they are fighting each other.
Or, you know,
135 and a half.
135 and a half. 135.5.
Nice. Corey Sandhagen, 135 and a half. Okay, looks like all of the bantamweights are showing up early today, huh?
It's a good thing too. This will be a showcase. This card will be a showcase for the bantamweight division.
Yes.
So that's definitely great to see them all coming out and being
All right,
pros.
next up in the UFC flyweight division, Juicy Formiga.
All right. Got Formiga next.
And in UFC matchmaking tradition, 2 top 10 flyweights are buried on the prelims.
$126.
All right.
126. 126. 126.
All right.
Sorry.
Oh,
The veteran.
126.
you guys want to fight? Who gets to say the numbers?
Yeah, let's fight.
126.
That's 2 fights. That's 2 fights official now, I think, right? Sean O'Malley, Eddie Wineland, and Juicy Formiga, Alex Perez.
All right, next to the scale is the former UFC bantamweight champion, Cody Nova Garbrandt.
What are we thinking about the full-on beard from Mr. Garbrandt? Are we gonna
But I'm
poodle?
with this true.
Well, I can't see it underneath the mask, but I'm generally a fan of beards.
It's okay.
136.
136. 136.
As they said, Garbrandt, the former champ, 3-fight losing streak, 3 straight knockouts. So huge fight for him on Saturday with Rafael Assunção.
All right, next up, welterweight division, Anthony Rocco Martin.
Yeah.
So it looks like he's keeping the Anthony in there.
Oh,
I guess I don't know.
So is this,
That might not be his preference. Still, we don't know.
is it Rocky or Rocco? It's Rocco, right?
Rocco.
Yeah.
170 and a half.
170 and a half. His head's a tiny bit cut off in that split view.
Well, he shouldn't be so tall.
He's
He
a
shouldn't.
tall man. He's a tall welterweight.
Well, I was gonna say, when Mike Heck interviewed him, he asked
All right, next to the scale, bantamweight, he is the funk
to be
master,
for the lower third to say
Oh.
Rocco Martin.
Up next we have Aljamain Sterling.
Great.
He wants just the Rocco, Esther.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's how we had it in our interview with him when he told us. So I don't know. I mean,
Guys, let's save this debate till after Aljamain Sterling weighs in.
okay, I'm sorry.
I know it's heated debate, but unfortunately,
Very important. Very important.
136.
136. 136. 136.
136 for bantamweight contender Aljamain Sterling.
Esther, can you match the
The low-
enthusiasm of Aljo? It's
Who comes in at weight against
All
Corey
right, next up is
Sandhagen?
your
Yeah!
UFC featherweight title
Yeah!
challenger, Felicia Spencer.
Whoa.
Spencer, one half of our main event.
All right. One half of our main event. Former Invicta FC featherweight champion Felicia Spencer.
He said match. He said match. That was
don't
excessive.
exceed.
don't vastly exceed.
Oh, weighing in with socks.
$144 and a half.
144.5. 144 and a half.
Comes in under championship weight with socks. Now, is that a statement she's trying to make? What do you think, guys?
All right, next up here in the featherweight division, Bryan Boom Kelleher.
That's two former hosts of the A side fighting on this card.
Bryan Kelleher also 140, looking to make 145.
Oh, custom mask.
146.
146. 146 for Bryan Crystal Crew Kelleher.
Yes, fighting for the second straight time at 145 pounds, and in less than a month. Second time in less than a month. So Kelleher's getting that working.
Those catchweight 150 pounds. We welcome back old friend Evan Dunham.
Evan Dunham up next.
Fighting in the first fight of the card against Gilbert Burns' brother, Herbert Burns.
I would like to say this is a 150-pound catchweight fight. So
yes,
if he
correct.
comes in at 150, he's not missing weight.
You are correct.
149 and a half.
Oh, did he say 45 is next? 149 and a half. And then I think he said 45's next. So I think.
All right, next up, UFC middleweight division, Maki Coconut Bombs Patola.
Evan Dunham has been in the UFC for over a decade.
Yes. I group him in with like those, like the Chris Liebens and the Alessio Sakaras and the Gleison T-Bows of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Who do we have next?
Maki Patola.
Maki Patola.
Maki Patola.
185 and a half.
That is an excellent wolf tattoo on his abs.
Maki has competed at both 170 and he's actually going back up to 185 for this fight. So I don't know if that's a permanent move or welterweight and middleweight.
Did you just say Maki? Maki.
It's Maki.
I think I said Maki, but I think
Maki.
Jose's right. Yeah.
That is a name that could be used in both male and female because my kindergarten girlfriend's name was Maki.
Man, you still won't stop talking about her.
I know, man. Eats me up inside.
It's time to move on, Jose.
Spent 27 years, 23 years.
184 and a half.
184.5, 184 and a half.
So the several fights we have settled now, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Who was that? I was looking at who's just weighed in.
I'll keep the middleweight.
That was Charles Bird.
Charles Bird.
GN3.
Sorry.
No, Gerald Mearshart up next.
He is a very good saxophone player.
185 and a half.
185 and a half. Are you even a fighter if you don't have a lion tattoo?
Or a saxophone?
or a tiger.
Spartan tattoo? Some sort of
or
cat?
Be nicknamed the Pitbull, or have your name on you in some ornate writing somewhere.
Or you have a lion tattooed playing a saxophone and little musical notes that spell your last name.
I think we're getting a little bit of a break now.
It looks like it. We only have 9 fighters left. 9 out of 24 fighters left. So big rush to start.
Wow.
Yeah.
Maria Gronin. I don't remember what exactly was the quickest UFC weigh-in ever, but I do remember it came in at a wonderfully short 22 minutes. I was not at that one, but I believe it was a card in Brazil. Guilherme was at it.
I just want to say we have a comment on the screen. Someone said our stream is better than ESPN Plus's stream. Guys, ESPN is a great blog. we support all our media friends. So if you want to enjoy
We do.
us, enjoy us. Feel free to every once in a while visit ESPN. They also have cornhole championships and other things. They cover a wide variety of sports.
Is that like a bi-weekly newsletter or something I'm hearing about?
Yeah, you gotta help out. You gotta help out the little guy. You gotta help out the little guy in case. I really respect that.
Someone else said that we were streaming through a potato, and yes, that is courtesy of our friend Pete Carroll. We miss so much.
Shout out to Pete.
One of my favorite stories about him is the mashed potato story, but I'll leave it for him to tell one day on a coffee talk or something.
Oh, there you go. That's a little teaser for you guys. So a little Pete Carroll's teaser, whet your appetites, guys. Make sure to tune in.
Okay.
Always tune in to Coffee Talk.
Oh yeah. So I want to go back and answer Hugo's question as Bob Bennett says up in the next weight. Someone had asked if I had ever gotten blood on me during the fight. Yes, many times.
Have you ever? And you've never even thought to wear like a poncho, like you're at the front row of like a Gallagher show,
next
right?
Up, in the light heavyweight division, Alonzo.
I bought face shields for the next time I'm at a fight. But
Okay.
yeah, I've gotten.
Guys, we have someone's actually weighing in.
This is
Yes,
Alonzo
Menifield.
He will be facing Devin Clark.
205.
205. 205 pounds. 205.
Championship weight for the unbeaten Alonzo Menifield.
Looks like we're gonna have someone else up next.
By the way, anyone in the comments, shout it out if you guys remember Gallagher. Okay, if anyone remembers Gallagher and the watermelon smashing.
It was dangerous. Dude.
That's a light.
You remember Gallagher's
That's
brother?
a lifetime ago.
All right, next up at featherweight, Alex.
Yeah, he
Bruce
sued him.
Leroy
Yeah.
Caceres.
Alex
Bruce Leroy,
Caceres next.
fellow weeb. One of the OG weebs of the MMA game.
This guy has
The greatest walkout in UFC history is when he walked out to the Cowboy Bebop theme song in Tokyo.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Whoa, weighing in. What's that?
146.
146.
Wilson Rodriguez, yes, Bryan Kelleher has already weighed in. We've got the weights up on the screen so you can see who's weighed in on the right-hand side.
Now, Caceres and Hooper, they're normally 35ers, right? This is one of those short notice. No?
No. Nope.
Oh,
Caceres has been, I think.
Caceres is normally a featherweight. Hooper is a bantamweight.
But Caceres has fought at bantamweight. He lost to Faber at bantamweight.
Yeah,
Yes.
many times actually.
All right, Chase Hooper.
$145 and a half.
145 and a half. 145.5.
This will be young Chase, 20 years old, youngest fighter in the card, Chase Hooper, his second UFC appearance. This will be Alex Caceres' I believe, 22nd UFC appearance. So,
Wow.
they're very behind him as a process. Performance so far. But yes, he has been in more. Alex Caceres has been in more UFC fights than years that Chase Hooper has been on this earth. So
wait, how many fights?
That's MMA.
Caceres?
That's MMA matchmaking. This will be his 22nd after coming off the Ultimate Fighter, and he also competed on the Ultimate Fighter. So, but this will be his 22nd UFC fight.
Man, that's pretty.
Yeah.
I can't think of a fighter with 20 plus UFC fights who I believe has he ever broken the top 10?
Yes.
Caceres has been in the top 10 a few times. Okay.
I think he was maybe like 10 because he headlined against Yair Rodriguez, so I would have to assume he was at least ranked. Oh, we got Hainish up next right now.
Oh, why don't you catch us?
Oh yeah, someone want to explain
next up,
what's
the middleweight
Please someone
division,
catch us up on
Ian
what's happening with
Hainish.
Ian Hainish.
I believe one of his coaches had tested
go ahead,
positive. It was
Jose.
false positive.
Oh, okay. For COVID-19.
Correct.
Yes.
185 and a half.
185.5. 185 and a half. Alex, do you have any more info on that?
No, I was just reading about was he? It's funny. He mentioned he was a false positive, and I think Amanda Nunez didn't she also have a story earlier this week about?
I'm not quite sure.
Was it? I think it was Neen. To the
She had. You're breaking up, Alex. So I'm just gonna take over right here.
This false positive is very weird. No.
Casey, I might ask you to turn Alex's mic down while he's breaking up. But I wanted to say yes. Nina had, I guess, apparently had been in the hospital, and Amanda had said that she had the symptoms. But yeah, this is why she did not want to fight earlier. I remember that originally this fight was scheduled for UFC 249, correct?
No.
No.
In Sao Paulo.
This was supposed. This was.
Oh, sorry, Sao Paulo.
No,
Sao
250. This was always supposed to. I think it was always supposed to be 250 in Sao Paulo.
Oh, sorry,
249.
but that was in May. Originally, 250 was scheduled for May 9th.
The Lioness Amanda Nunes.
And the champ's
All
about
right.
to hit the scale.
Champ's here.
Yes. This fight was originally booked 1 month ago. Yes.
$145.
145. 145.
Saturday's main event now official.
Wait, can we get that one more time, Alex? Can you repeat that?
Oh, sorry. I said Saturday's main event now official. Both her and Felicia Spencer successfully made weight.
There we go.
And we're only waiting on 4 more fighters now. Rafael Assunção, Neil Magny, Devin Clark, and Herbert Burns. And as Esther
Alex, we're having technical issues with your audio. Can you please turn off your microwave?
Okay.
Jose, does it look like we have another pause?
What? I just heard my name and that was it.
I'm just gonna talk right now.
Please.
I'm gonna read Amanda's statement from her virtual media day yesterday regarding her COVID symptoms.
Looks like we're about to have someone else up. John Anik is sitting in front of me, and then he'll get up and walk. Actually, we might have a little bit of a pause. He's walked behind the
Oh,
curtain.
can Jose not hear me? Because he just talks right over me.
Sorry.
Whoa.
You were very quiet.
I think we have a delay. I think we might have a delay too.
No, that's called shade.
The Lioness, Amanda Nunes, said that she was at a convention in Vegas right when coronavirus started, and she had left the convention in Vegas and went home, and then she got very sick, and she had never felt like that in her life, and she was in bed for 2 or 3 days. She didn't mention whether Nina went with her, but Nina Ansaroff also ended up getting sick and getting symptoms, and Ansaroff was pregnant, so she took her to the hospital. Nunez recovered at home in quarantine. Nina went to the emergency room because of the baby. And unfortunately, because it was in the early stages of it all, there were not enough tests. So Amanda Nunes and Nina Ansaroff never got tested. So, but they recovered. So.
Thankfully for that, and as people were asking for, like again, we bring that up because yes, Ian Hainish also came up. Am I breaking up again?
Nope, you're fine.
Ian Hainish also came up in one of his cornermen tested positive for COVID-19. It was later reported that it was a false positive. So his fight with Gerald Mearshart will go on as expected. However, they had brought in another fighter named Anthony Ivy, who apparently will still receive a UFC contract. Hopefully he'll be booked at a later date. But as it is, Ian Hainish and Gerald Mearshart will be fighting on Saturday. For anyone who saw that news and was wondering what was going on with that fight and was there a replacement, no, the originally booked fight is going on as scheduled, despite, yes, the COVID scare.
So
we were talking about
what is actually a false positive for a COVID test?
What the name is. It is a test that
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead,
comes
Esther.
with a positive result, but it turns out it's not a positive result. And that's been happening quite a bit, especially in the American tests, because we are not using the same test as everyone else in the world for some reason. And yeah, we had
All right, next up to the scale in the bantamweight division, Rafael Assunção.
Never mind, we've got Rafael Assunção coming.
The other half of the co-main event. His opponent, Cody Garbrandt, successfully made weight earlier.
I love that. Assunção looked like he showed up to the stage with like a million things in his pockets and had to like empty everything.
A lot of change, a lot of spirit change.
Yes, Connor G. Herbert Burns is Gilbert's brother.
136.
136, 136.
Yes. Younger brother of welterweight contender
Oh
Gilbert Burns.
man, you're breaking up again.
Older brother named
Alex
yeah.
Alex Lee.
Apologies. Hello. It is a Wi-Fi issue. I apologize for my shoddy Canadian Wi-Fi. We're very behind up here.
Are you running off a AOL?
All right, next to the scale at light heavyweight, Devin Brown Bear Clark.
Devin Clark up next.
I'm on a potato. Shout out to PC Carroll.
Oh, they're okay. All right. Devin Clark.
205.5.
205.5.
Wow, we only have 2 fighters left to weigh in. Only Neil Magny and Herbert Burns left.
You say only 2 fighters. I see 90 minutes of small talk.
Remember UFC 240 when we had everyone weigh in like 50 minutes and then we waited the last 70 minutes for Hakeem Duato right at the end?
Oh, yeah. But, I mean...
I push those memories in the back of my mind, so I never forget it. I never remember them. Yeah, they're gone.
I remember everything in the world ever.
You're a vault. Jose is a vault. While
Never
my connection is
forget.
working, I'll finish my Herbert Burns comment. So for anyone who doesn't know, Herbert Burns, as it was asked, he is Gilbert Burns' younger brother. They have an older brother named Frederick, and you can kind of read more about that family on an excellent article that Guillermo Cruz wrote about, mostly about Gilbert before Gilbert's recent fight, but he also mentions Herbert and again, the third mystery brother, Frederick, who also was involved in martial arts before moving on to another career. So 3 Burns brothers, for you guys wondering, for you guys keeping count at home.
And these weigh-ins are brought to you by Ancestry.com.
Send us that free stuff, guys. Come on. Esther, do you want to give a rundown of the results so far?
Yes. Let's for the UFC 250 Nunes versus Spencer official weigh-ins. Here are the weigh-in results. Amanda Nunes came in at 145. Felicia Spencer came in at 144.5. So that featherweight title bout is set. In the co-main event, we have Rafael Assunção came in at 136 against Cody Garbrandt, who also came in at 136. Aljamain Sterling versus Corey Sandhagen in another bantamweight banger on this card. Aljamain came in at 136, while Corey Sandhagen came in at 135.5. In Neil Magny versus Rocco Martin, only Rocco Martin has weighed in so far. He came in at 170.5. In another bantamweight bout, we've got Sean O'Malley and Eddie Wineland. Sean O'Malley came in at 136, while Eddie Wineland came in at 136 as well. And Chase Hooper came in at 145.5, the youngest fighter on the card, versus Alex Caceres, who came in at 146. Ian Hainish, who was originally taken off the card because one of his cornermen had a positive test for COVID-19, would later revealed to be a false positive, is now back on the card. He came in at 185.5 for his fight against Gerald Mearshart, who also came in at 185.5. Cody Stamen came in at 145.5 against Bryan Kelleher, who weighed in at 146. Both fighters are normally bantamweights, but given the short notice nature of many of the fights going on right now, they are temporarily fighting at featherweight. Next, we've got Charles Bird versus Maki Coconut Bombs Pitolo. Charles Bird came in at 185.5, as did Maki Pitolo, also 185.5. Jussier Formiga, 126 versus Alex Perez, also 126. Alonzo Menafield, 205 against Devin Clark, 205.5. And then Evan Dunham came in at 149.5 for his catchweight bout against, yes, Gilbert Burns' younger brother, Herbert Burns, who has not weighed in yet. So we are still waiting on Neil Magny and Herbert Burns.
And there you go. And we have added the little information there at the bottom, so people who look in don't panic when they see that longtime lightweight veteran Evan Dunham weighed in at an odd 149.5. He it sounds like his plan is to drop down to featherweight in the future, but this is his first fight in about, I believe, over almost 2 years. Well, a little less than 2 years. He briefly retired, and it looks like he's planning to come back as a featherweight. So this is kind of, I guess, his way of transitioning down. And Herbert Burns normally competes at featherweight, but again, with these circumstances, these fights are being booked under. Fighters are taking weights at higher than normal, as we've also seen with Cody Stamen and Bryan Kelleher fighting at featherweight.
Evan Dunham announcing his retirement is one of the first articles I ever wrote for MMA Fighting.
And it stuck.
Yeah. I guess you know.
Yeah.
Wow.
Classic MMA fighter retirement.
Right.
Speaking of which, we have some news circulating today about Alexander Gustafsson reportedly coming back.
That's what I
At
hear.
heavyweight.
Was he ever gone?
Well, I guess he just
Not in my
retired from the
heart.
light heavyweight division.
This is true. Yeah, this is true.
It seems weird that, like, to me, like, when Oscar Wilson and I were on our way to the Apex, we talked about this. Like, if John Jones is relinquishing his title, it seems a weird time for Gustafsson to leave that division, considering he has a win over a lot of names in light heavyweight. He has 2 losses to John Jones, and if John Jones is indeed relinquishing his belt, Daniel Cormier's not dropping back on light heavyweight anytime either. Rumble Johnson's obviously a heavyweight, so he could very well fight for a title after like one, maybe less than a win.
Yeah, but Gustafsson seems like he just might feel like he still wants to just beat John Jones.
That's a good point.
Might
That's a
be
very good
chasing
point.
him to heavyweight.
That's a very good point.
Or maybe just like he sees just better opportunities at heavyweight. Heavyweights get paid more, they get booked more.
Yeah.
In this time of short notice fights, which I don't think there's not going to be a full camp in the traditional sense for a while.
There's probably
He's Swedish. Oh, where does he train at?
Yeah.
He used
Is he
to
still
train at
training in All
Alliance.
Stars in Stockholm?
No, I think it's been over for a while. He used to train at Alliance for a long time. I'm not sure where he trains right now.
But if he's training in Stockholm, I would imagine there's more opportunities to get fights at heavyweight than light heavyweight.
Yeah.
Considering visa issues probably too.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, you're forgetting the most important part about any move up to heavyweight. He can now eat whatever he wants. I'm not familiar with Swedish cuisine or delicacies. Anyone in the comments shout out some sweet Swedish meals. Shout out your favorite Swedish meals and desserts.
They got good meatballs.
There you go.
Oh,
Now
wow.
he can eat all of the Swedish meatballs he wants.
I am being slandered in the comments.
No, don't look at them.
Whoa.
Don't look at them.
Oh,
I see it.
Ramen Menchaca says
I don't control these.
that I cheat at words with friends.
Whoa.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
Wow. Hold on. Let me just put that right over your face.
Shut it down. Shut down the stream.
That is, wow.
Oh.
Shut it down.
Here.
I don't need to cheat at words with friends. I'm just going to go ahead and put this out there now that the UC system is getting rid of SATs as a whatever criteria But I got a perfect score on my SATs and verbal.
Sorry,
What?
Esther.
I don't need to
I can't.
cheat in words with friends. I may seem like I don't have a lot of vocabulary, whatever, because I work in MMA, and there is no need for me to
Because
use
I
my.
work in MMA.
I work in MMA. Me words bad. Word friends.
I don't need no fancy vocab.
Exactly.
You don't need $5 words in MMA. You only need $2 words, right?
Raymond says,
no.
because I said I wasn't good at it. No, yeah, I know. I wasn't good at it, but I guess there are many, many levels, because someone else in the MMA community invited me to play against him, and then midway through our game scored 130-point word on me. So
Okay.
that's why I was feeling particularly hurt, because I was like, man, I've never scored 100-point word.
Really? I always score 100-point words. It's easy. You just use your mass vocabulary and just do it. It's like, come on.
You use your brain.
Yeah.
There's a really good
Just kidding,
documentary.
Raymond. It's been fun playing against you. Gabriel Killian, I met Casey and Esther at the beach on Long Island. Oh, was that when we interviewed Ali Quinta? At his beach, what are those called?
How many times, Esther? How many times have we been to the beach in Long Island?
Once.
Yeah.
No, I was wondering. I forgot what his beach bungalow thing was called.
I think that's what it's called, Beach Bungalows of Long Island.
No,
It's a very Long
really?
Island name.
Beach bungalows of Long Island. I've never lived anywhere where they had those cute little huts where they store all their gear. So,
Guys, I will BRB video-wise for a moment. Do not be alarmed if you see my screen go off.
We won't.
Live television, everyone. Live television.
This isn't television, AK. Oh, where did he go? I'm so alarmed.
What's going on? Is AK okay? Hey, Jose, can you tell Bob Bennett to pause the weigh-ins while we look for AK?
I mean, Bob Bennett is so alarmed that he's speechless right now. He's like, I can't even read weights right now. So he's making everyone cut back down so he can reread. Oh, thank
Hello.
God.
Sorry, when I had a heavenly glow about me, and I realized my camera was just very smudged. So, true professional here. True professional. Now I look more real to the viewers at home. By the way, shout outs to all the viewers at home for tuning in to this a specific time this morning's live stream.
Next to the scale at a catch weight of 150 pounds.
Herbert Burns.
Herbert Burns.
Spoiler.
$149 and a half.
149.5. 149 and a half.
all right. So that catch weight bout is settled, and to respond to Zneb Rem, I'm on Long Island. I've never heard of beach bungalows on Long Island. They're not bungalows. They're cabanas. Basically, some people are part of beach clubs on Long Island, and they have like a little. What was it? It was like a small. It looked like a very tiny apartment with like one bathroom and a fridge and a kitchen counter in it. People were able to store things there. And keep all your beach stuff.
Oh, welcome to Cabana Talk. with Esther
Cabana
Lynn.
talk.
So we
Can MMA fighting
this is-
confirm or deny the existence of one or more Burns brothers? Yes, we have mentioned this.
Yes, there are 3 Burns brothers, including the unseen, the enigmatic Frederick.
Who asked that question? Was it Chuck Mendenhall? Every time we complain about fans asking specific questions over and over, he makes sure to ask me the next time he sees me. Like before we had the the layout with like the timer and everything, people would always be like, "Who hasn't weighed in? What's this? What's that? What color are my eyes?" And we would always talk about it. And then the next time I saw Chuck, he goes, "Hey, who hasn't weighed in yet?" I'm just like, "Hey, get out of my face, guy."
Sounds like you're ducking the question, bro.
I know.
And
I didn't
Gabriel
want the
Killian,
beer to
I
spin
actually
it.
do not remember what Al's mom made us.
I do. I remember it had some alcohol in it, and I was all like, "Oh, I'm working," but she was like, "Drink it." I was like, "All right." It's like, this is what we got to do to get the
All
interview.
right.
If we want the interview, you got to. Hey, man, Jose knows this. If you want to interview Masvidal, you take a shot. If you want to interview
No, I
Kenta,
took 3
they
in
only
like
asked
a
you to take
30-minute
one.
window.
They only asked you to take one.
No, they asked me to take 1 3 separate times. Masvidal, his manager, and then Masvidal again. And me and Pizza were not feeling great.
Yeah, you were.
What, you don't
were
like
feeling
drinking tequila
awesome.
on an empty stomach? Or, sorry, not
It
tequila.
wasn't
Excuse
mezcal.
me.
It was
Mezcal.
It was mezcal with the worm and like the spice rim on an empty stomach. PT was like,
Yep.
What even is this liquid? You never even heard of it.
Yeah, it was great. It was actually that was fun just to watch all of the European reporters
Jose,
trying mezcal.
We got comments on.
What do you say? What does it say? I'm not cranky. What does that even mean?
No, he's not cranky. He just,
Look at you, jerk.
I know. That's just how he normally is, guys. That's his normal personality.
This is my New England.
Yeah,
this is the New England in me that comes out. We're just angry all the time.
This is pleasant.
Yeah, you don't even know.
Alex, turn your microwave off.
Alex isn't even working. Sandy Pham would like to know if either Alex or I speak Cantonese, and no, I do not speak Cantonese. My family is from Taiwan, so
Ooh.
I speak. Hey, why? That's not a ooh.
No,
we speak
I'm not-
Mandarin
that
and
was something
Taiwanese.
Guys,
Something else I was looking at.
we have questions on the screen. Let's answer the questions on the screen.
And Alex, your mom's from Peru.
My mother is from Peru. My father is from Hong Kong, though, so I have no excuse not to speak Cantonese. Sadly, I don't.
Wow.
I speak excellent American, which is really the only language I feel like anyone needs, I think, as we all know. My American is fantastic. Even though I'm from Canada, I speak American pretty well, so very proud of that. Very proud of that. I'm sorry. I don't.
You guys,
I love this. The kingdom.
Wait, guys, we have questions on the screen.
I'm sorry. Do you think there's a third Shevchenko sister?
Alex?
I actually
Google it.
Yeah, Frederick. Yeah, Frederick.
Right, Frederick.
You guys don't know about Frederick Shevchenko?
Frederick Shevchenko.
It's an amazing coincidence. Yes, I know. I did some research, and I was like, wow, they both, fighting siblings have an older brother, or in their case, sister named Frederick, which is just wild. So.
Yeah, I hear it.
Antoine Hoffman, there is not another Diaz brother, but there is a Diaz sister.
I didn't know that.
And Justin Leroy says he loves Taiwan baseball. Hell yeah. Go Taiwan.
Taiwanese baseball rules. So I hold on.
All right, guys, we have actually fight questions on the screen.
Please.
Are you guys on?
Do you think Amanda's extra weight would play a factor if it goes out of the first? I actually do. I do think it might, especially because the other thing is, since she admitted that she was sick a couple months ago, one of the kind of effects of COVID-19 that a lot of people who have gotten have complained about is their lowered lung capacity after being infected. So hopefully that is not too much of an issue for the champ. But as we saw Felicia Spencer versus Cyborg, she's very tough and has good cardio. So that could go.
We got some movement.
Oh, are we almost done? Could we get out here early?
What?
Our last fighter. Maybe.
I'm basing it solely off of John Anik standing up and looking through the curtain with his microphone.
Don't tease us, Jose.
I know. He's standing there looking at someone waiting. His hands are crossed.
Oh, I like the play-by-play, right, with Mr. Jose Youngs. Why are you so cranky, by the way?
I don't know. Probably because, I don't know.
My favorite comment was when Jose responded to being cranky was, yeah, that's exactly what a cranky person would say.
All right, our last fighter to the scale in the UFC welterweight division, Neil Magny.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
Neil Magny.
$171.
171.
Nice. 171.
And that's a wrap.
Wow.
Wait, do we have to stop? I love hanging out with you guys. Do we have to stop?
Yes.
We should just.
Yes,
no,
we absolutely
guys,
have
we got
to
it. We got
stop.
it. I don't know. We got an hour and 15. We can still fill. Come on.
Duval.
Jose,
What's up?
are the stare downs gonna be at 11 a.m. or are they gonna be soon?
That's a good question. Let me find out.
I would imagine
Okay,
they're going to do them as
thank
soon
you.
as possible, but they're probably waiting for Dana. Oh no, Dana's not allowed to do the weigh-ins because he doesn't want to wear a mask, right? Is that what happened last week?
Yeah, that's what happened last week. But since Jose took off his mask and his headphones, there's unlikely we will get an answer from our man on the ground there in Las Vegas. So you're just gonna have to wait.
Did you guys hear anything I said?
No, sir.
No, we did not.
Oh, okay. So we're waiting for Dana. We're gonna do it as soon as Dana shows up. He's quote on the way.
Ooh.
So there's no set
all right.
time. It's just whenever Dana shows up.
All right.
So we have 1 hour to 2 hours. Who knows? So what do we want to do? Should we get out of here and get back on when we think it's closer to that time? What are we doing, guys?
I would say so.
I mean, probably. Nobody wants to listen to us talk for the next hour and 12 minutes.
I mean, if they want, they can hang. We can talk about Swedish meatballs. We can talk
I'm
about
down
how
to
many times-
watch some Taiwanese
By the way,
baseball.
are fantastic. The one time I have been to Stockholm, I ate a ridiculous amount of Swedish meatballs. Yeah. Ooh, delicious. Kingdom 1985 says since we are waiting for Dana White, that could be in 6 hours.
Fair point.
Not wrong.
Not wrong. Not wrong,
maybe.
sir. Very fair
So
point.
Jose, do you know? So last week, Dana, he didn't do the face-offs because of the mask situation. Is that
Correct.
true, or was that just okay? So
He said he did. He wasn't wearing. He didn't have to wear a mask because he wasn't here for weigh-ins. That's what he said. I don't know if that's the case now.
Oh, okay. All right. I guess we'll find out. Oh, we got some questions though. Wait. Oh, they're going too fast.
Oh no, you're gonna accidentally put the wrong thing on the screen.
Well,
Nope, can't. Oh shoot.
Masvidal.
You-
Just. Oh, I'm out again. Hold on.
Nope.
There we
I'm
go.
frozen. I can see I'm frozen.
There we go. We got a question
What's
on the screen.
What's your favorite ramen?
Esther.
What's your favorite ramen? Oh.
Is he
Me
asking
personally?
Where's it from or what type?
I'm not sure, but I'm just gonna tell you all details because I have I have a favorite in LA. Then that would be, and it's not originally from LA, of course, but it's a Shio ramen at Santoka, which is there are 2 branches here in Southern California, both inside of Mitsuwa supermarkets, and yeah, they have a Shio, which is salt, so Shio ramen, and it's actually like a pork and chicken base. Pork and chicken bone broth, and it's delicious, and that is my favorite by far here in California. So in Japan, I have yet to. I've actually gone to the Santoka over there, and I've been to a bunch of other places, but there are so many, it's really hard to pick. So there's just a lot. There's one near the. Man, okay, you know what? I'm not going to remember this right now. So, and plus, I could talk about food forever, and you don't want to hear that. Your picks for winners on
Esther,
the main.
look at
Oh yeah,
Are you looking at the screen, Esther?
yes, that is us at the Ramen Museum.
We've been to a ramen museum.
Yes, that is in Yokohama.
Wait, hold on.
I have also been to that museum.
Really? Lies.
Nice.
Yeah, back.
Did you make ramen?
Ramen, sap on it, and on fry. No, I did not. I did not do the make your own ramen station.
Did you also go to the cup noodle museum in that same part of town?
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of the cup. Oh, you know what? I'm thinking of the cup noodle museum, not the ramens. I apologize. Fake news. I did not go to the ramen
Lies.
museum.
See,
Wow.
That's
we
Okay,
have,
yeah.
we have
So there are
evidence
two.
right,
Straight up.
there's evidence right here of Esther at the ramen museum. See?
This is the ramen museum.
I'm
Yes.
sorry. I went to cup noodle museum.
Yeah.
Shame.
And then there's also a separate cup noodle museum, also in Yokohama. People want to know, should I bet on Spencer? I mean,
Yes.
it's a... well, she's a huge underdog, right? How much money would you be making if you bet on Felicia Spencer? No one knows.
Hold on. Let me quickly check the odds here.
So
Yeah.
right here, you recognize this place? Alex Cayley?
Yes.
That is a cup noodle
Yes.
museum. And in response to JTMA, y'all asked for a question. Now you're talking about ramen. Yes, because that was the question that was on the screen. Someone had asked us what our favorite ramen was.
Question's
Yes.
right there. Look, I'm moving it around. You can even see it.
Come on, guy. Look at the screen.
Thank you,
Spencer,
maybe put up another question.
Spencer 4-1 underdog, by the way.
4-1
that is
underdog.
ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
My advice always: don't bet on MMA. That's my advice. All right.
Oh, this is the perfect fight to bet on. To me, this is a pick'em fight.
Don't.
So I'm not good at I don't gamble because I'm terrible at it. Can someone tell me how much money I would win if I put $100 on Spencer?
Like
you win $400.
$400. So your profit $300. Yeah. And then if you put
bet.
So if you put $100 on Nunes, you only win
wait,
back
hold on. Stop. They're talking to. Oh no, what are they doing?
Who?
They're not talking to us.
They're not talking to us. I think they're just talking about audio and trying to figure out the stare down situation.
Oh, okay. Quasi Roberts. Yes, everyone has weighed in. You can see the weights on the screen here. And everyone has weighed in, and now we are just waiting on the stare downs. And we actually probably will sign off soon so we can start a separate stare down feed here so that we're not just waiting around.
Yeah, I just want to add on to what I said earlier. On MMA, and if you certainly use my predictions, which go up tomorrow morning on MMAfighting.com.
Oh no! Don't use Alex's predictions.
Yeah.
Strictly for entertainment purposes. Schadenfreude, whatever reason you want to read my predictions for it, but not for gambling. Do not, unless you want to be destitute. There's your $5 word for you. Please do not use my predictions for gambling. Strictly for entertainment purposes. Discussion. Making fun of me, what an idiot I am. That's fine. Don't use them to bet.
Your potato fell over. I can barely hear you, Alex.
JTMMA would like to know if Cody's untimely death in the family will affect him negatively or positively. And, that is not a question we can answer. But I do want to say that, that is extremely sad. And I don't know of any case where that would not affect you heavily. So I feel like, that's going to be a really difficult situation. And I don't know too many other fighters that would have still fought and honestly wouldn't blame them for pulling out of their fight. I know he felt like he still needed to, but I don't know, man. Take the time to process it.
Yeah, there's really no way to know how these personal things can affect fighters. We just saw Walt Harris, of course. I'm trying to.
Ooh, Casey. We got someone talking shit to you.
Whoa, what? Language.
Oh, we're on the internet. I can say whatever the fuck I want.
Whoa. Yeah, I mean, that is true.
Unfortunately, yeah.
AK. Just be quiet.
Do you want me to tell you what ship somebody was talking about you, Casey?
No, I'm waiting for AK to get unfrozen.
Oh, okay. Well, in the meantime, Mike Heck MMA says, Casey, you took everything I've worked for. Tomorrow night, my picks will be fantastic, and I will take my rightful place on the Pick'em throne.
Whoa! So I'm looking at our Tapology picks, and it turns out Mike Heck is picking Hannah Cyphers by submission in the main event. That's an inside baseball joke that only Mike Heck knows, and he is hurting right now. He is hurting right now. He can't do anything about it.
And Matthew Gresham wants to know what our take is on Jose Aldo versus Petr Yan.
I love it.
You love it. I don't. I would rather have seen Aljamain Sterling versus Corey Sandhagen.
So do I. If they're asking me which fight I would rather prefer, I'd pick that. But I don't hate Yan Aldo as much as everyone else.
But you don't Auto versus anybody. Yeah, Auto fighting. Cool. I want to see Auto fighting a refrigerator. That's awesome. But I don't want to see Auto versus refrigerator for the title. So it should not be Auto in the main event. I mean, it should be Auto for the title. If you're gonna have Auto, just do Auto versus Cruz for the interim title. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, if it's about names.
So
Josh Benedict is making blueberry pancakes. Please share. I haven't had breakfast yet.
Josh Benedict. There you go. You're making a blueberry pancakes. It can now be seen by millions across the globe.
Hopefully we have some Rock fans out there.
We got some 1FC numbers here coming through. Millions.
Ooh.
Hi. Yeah. Well played, Mr. The Diehard.
All right. So, any updates, Jose? I mean, I know you're leaning back, so it doesn't look like anyone seems to know whether or not.
There's literally that whole group of people that were standing at the corner just disappeared. It's literally just the media here now.
It's gonna be a while, Esther. You know they're not gonna weigh in for another hour. I mean, do the stare downs for another hour.
Oh, actually, Aaron Moran has a question. It's directed at Casey, but Jose actually might be more poised to answer this, depending on if they have it. But who wins the G1 this year?
Is there gonna be a G1 this year?
Yeah.
Oh, it's in the fall. No, they moved it to the fall.
Yeah, they moved it to October because of the Olympics, but then the Olympics got canceled, so...
Who will win the G1?
Hold on, this requires some research.
Okay, but in the meantime, Ellie would like to know if her baby Corey weighed in.
Yes.
Yes, everybody weighed in. We are actually just wasting time on this.
We're hanging out with the fans.
We're hanging out.
No. We're hanging out with the fans.
Wow, your true colors are really showing right now, Esther Lynn.
No, not wasting.
I'm wasting time.
Sorry.
I'm wasting time talking
not
to
my time.
Talking
your
to
time.
the man I love and the two other greatest journalists in the world, using high-speed internet across the world, communicating to each other. This is unreal what we're doing here, and we're wasting time to you. Oh, by the way, this man will win the G1.
I wish.
Toriano. Perennial G1 contender.
Yeah, I'm just gonna replace him. There you go.
No, put it over mine since my screen keeps freezing. There we go. Right there. Perfect.
So Jose, what are the chances this man wins the G1 this year?
0. But he'll be in it, and he'll have all of the best matches. So if you're looking for 5-star match quality, it's Toru 5-star Yano. If you're looking for someone to win, I'd probably say Jay White's a good bet. Will Ospreay. Jay White would
I
be
need to
good because
clear.
it would.
I'm gonna interrupt. I'm sorry. I
Go
need to
ahead.
go back and clarify this whole wasting time thing. I didn't mean wasting my time. I meant wasting y'all's time, the audience, because as very well evidenced by all the comments that get automatically blocked out by YouTube.
This Esther.
Who would waste their time listening to me speak?
Well, Esther, apparently
What?
there are 13 people in this world right now that gave you a thumbs down, and there are 154 people that gave us a thumbs up.
That's not possible.
Well, I'll say I'm hesitant to talk because every time I talk, my internet explodes. I'm glad people are here with us because normally we'd just be waiting for people to weigh in. As you can see, there's technically an hour left for weigh-ins, so I'm glad we got this extra time to spend with the fans.
And someone was asking if that was a cat on my couch. No, that's my dog, Rubella. Yes, named for the disease, Rubella. Not named after the disease. It is the name of the disease, but that's not why we named her
Stick to the
Rubella.
story, Esther. Come on. Go for life. Come on.
And your other dog, Fezzik, right?
Fezzik.
From I would assume a Princess Bride reference.
Correct.
It's one of the greatest movies of all time.
Whoa, what?
I bet Jose Young hates it.
One of?
I bet Jose
No.
Jose Young hates it because obviously he hates fun and yeah.
I have 2 eyes and a heart, don't I?
Well, I don't know.
love it.
Questionable sometimes. I mean, I don't know. Questionable.
I mean, The Princess Bride is an okay movie, man, but the comic, woo.
I love the fight scenes in that movie. That movie's
They're
so
great.
good.
That
movie is so good.
I don't believe in such thing as a perfect movie. It's up there. There's no such thing as a perfect movie. I don't think.
No, there is. It's called The Princess Bride, jerk.
I would also put Heat up there, but I think Heat is anyway. Not the Heat with McCarthy, but
Casey, outside of your love of The Watchmen, when have I ever brought up read the comic over the movie? I never once said that. That's like Casey being like, I'm eating a bagel. I'm like, oh, someone's like, I'm eating a bagel. And Casey's like, try Honey Nut Cheerios for once. Like, you've never said that before in your life. But I'm going to start it now.
Guys, we're seeing a lot of comments about Sean O'Malley's hair, his rainbow-colored hair this week. What do you guys think of that look?
I love it.
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
Also, someone asked if I was going to call my future dog COVID, and no, I didn't name Rubella after disease because it's a disease, but because there is a Smoking Pope song called Rubella about a girl who is so cute and he's so in love with her that it makes him sick, gives him a fever. And when I saw Rubella, she was so adorable and so sad. I had to have her.
Which is the one that sits on me?
No, that's Fezzik.
That's Fezzik.
I always get them. I always get them
gray
confused.
one.
Gray one is Fezzik. She is the alpha in this household, and
100%.
she, if you are sitting in her spot, she will bark at you or just sit on you until you move.
Yeah, like one
There's
time I slept
also-
on their couch, and which is usually the spot, and it just decided to sleep on my chest for 3-4 hours.
Yeah, you can ask Mark Ramundi about how Fezzik bosses him around. But she's not in the background.
There's also a very good song. There's a very good song by the band Swan Lake called A Venue Called Rubella, which I recommend people listen to.
Oh,
very good song. Yes. So there we go.
Is it actually good, or is it another one of your takes on music?
I mean, I don't think you'd get it. I don't think you'd get it, Jose.
Wow.
That's okay. But I mean, again, I have recommendations for you that are a lot more simple, a lot less like complex musically. So don't worry about that. We'll talk about that off camera. But it's
I
a very good song.
literally can't hear anything you're saying right now, so we're all good.
Darn it!
I'm just ignoring you. I can hear you fine. I'm just ignoring you.
Okay.
It's like about cage fighting. Let's do something crazy. Who wins the co-main? Real quick.
Assunção.
Dude, I think this fight is horrible. Cody can win, but man, I just don't understand why the UFC made this fight. This is, I think, outside of Marlon Moraes in his second fight versus Assunção, who has looked good fighting Assunção?
TJ.
Yeah, this is
Yeah, just TJ.
sure. Yeah, this is not a bounce back fight. You know, this is
Oh.
not like a gimme fight for Cody to like. This is not a showcase fight for Cody to bounce back after 3 losses. Yeah, I'm with you guys. I'm leaning towards the Sun Sao.
Yeah. Was this?
Oh,
was this
Luffy
fight-
would like to know if we're going to see the Ryzen, signees ever fight this
Luffy.
year.
Luffy, like Monkey D.
Like
Luffy.
Manel Cape.
and
And Hiri Prohaska.
neither of them have been. We've heard nothing yet. They've been signed, but
Fight Island.
yeah, but we haven't
Fight
heard
Island,
anything
maybe.
about. Yeah.
But let's go back. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I just had to see. I wanted to answer the Ryzen questions because we hardly ever get Ryzen questions.
Okay, but we didn't answer. We didn't finish. You
The co-main,
jumped
yes.
another question before we even answered the question we were on.
A Sun Sao.
So we're unanimous on a Sun Sao. Sorry,
Well,
Cody
I just
Garbrandt,
think
man.
I just think that he's got to have some measure of really bad.
Wait, I thought
ring
Sensei.
rust.
Wait, why'd you say TJ looked good against Sensei? I thought TJ lost against Sensei on the rematch.
Rematch.
Go
The
through rematch?
In the rematch.
Yeah, he didn't finish him though. It was kind of it was a
Yeah.
fight. I was saying.
Sun Sao's hard to finish.
I'm saying outside
Gilbert
outside of
Burns
Marlon,
didn't
that
Tyron Woodley
Marlon's
either.
second fight, like no one.
Yeah. Also Corey Sanhagen looked great against Sun Sao. Ugh, I can't seem to
Oh yeah, he did.
speak right
Pieced
now.
him up.
Sure. Okay, that's
Yeah.
true. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because all the photos I have of Corey Sanhagen are actually just from that fight.
And that's why I said.
I know. I keep reusing them on graphics because they're
Yeah.
so good.
That's why I'm saying Sanhagen couldn't. If he was more, popular, he could easily, he has a legitimate right to fight for the title too. But that's not how it works.
But I'm also curious just what Cody Garbrandt's been doing in his time off. Hopefully he's been, spending a decent amount of time recovering. There was a lot of head trauma. So
No,
people
wait,
need time
guys,
to
was
recover.
this fight
from that.
originally? This fight was the Sensei's original opponent for the Columbus card? Is that correct?
Yes, there was
Correct.
Garbrandt but Garbrandt had pulled out. I think he had pulled out before anyway with kidney problems.
Yes.
But it was the Sensei, right? That was the original opponent.
Yes,
Okay.
correct. Because then he said, "I have unfinished business." Then he even teased the fight dropping down to flyweight.
Sorry, guys. I actually seem to have fixed my internet issues, but I do have to. I think I am going to log off the call for now. I have to do some work for the site. So sorry, people. The gear's constantly moving. I'll hop back on if we're doing face-offs later. Truck, is it okay if I dip for now? And
Beat it,
We should
nerd.
All right,
probably-
we're just gonna log
Let's
out in
sign off.
general. Yeah.
oh, I ruined the party.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm sorry, everyone. No.
No. We're gonna go ahead and sign off because we're gonna start up a new feed for the stare downs. So come back and join us for the stare downs. Again, this is Esther Lynn, and we've got Jose Youngs in Vegas. We've got Alex Cayley in Canada, and E. Casey Leiden over on the other side of my house. And this is the UFC 250 official weigh-ins, which have just concluded, and you can come back for the stare downs.
We'll see you guys.